bunker spiders. Hazard level C, they take 5 hits to kill, do 90 damage per hit, take 3 seconds to open doors, and are most commonly found on experimentation. Bunker spiders have 3 phases: patrol, standby, and aggro. In phase 1, when spiders first spawn, they'll crawl around looking for a spot to set up. They will then start placing webs around usually one particular area. They can drift off and place a web pretty far from here, but they'll usually come back to their main area. If you happen to run into a spider while they're in this phase, they'll just stop and stare at you. Once you break line of sight, they will continue patrolling as normal. Phase 1 will usually last 1 to 2 minutes. Once a spider has finished setting up their webs, they will enter phase 2, where they will climb up a wall and be on standby until they're aggroed. And the third phase is when a spider gets aggroed. There are 3 different ways you can aggro a spider. The first way is by getting too close, second way is by walking through one of its webs, and the third way is by hitting one of its webs. Keep in mind, spiders can still be aggroed even if they're in phase 1. If you do aggro a spider, they'll pretty much follow you around endlessly. Even if you're cutting corners and closing doors, they're really good about finding you. This is because they use sight and their sense of smell to track you. There are 2 ways you can de-aggro a spider. The first way is by running far enough to where they can't see or smell you. As long as you have a full stamina bar, you can usually manage to do this in 1 sprint. The second way is if they're in their standby phase and you lure them far enough away from where they were on standby, they'll eventually give up and go back to their webs. Just for some basic information you should know is 1, you can jump over spiders, and 2, they are the same speed as you if you're not sprinting. As long as you're walking in a straight line, they will not be able to catch up to you. However, once you've hit a spider 3 times, its movement speed will increase, and once you hit it the 4th time, it will increase again. Here is a clip of how fast a spider will move after the 4th hit. I have God mode in this clip, but you can see how much faster the spider moves compared to before. I've heard a lot of people say that spiders' attack speed increases after the 3rd and 4th hit, but I put it to the test and it turns out it's simply not true. No matter how many times you've hit a spider, they will always kill you in 1 second. When it comes to killing spiders, it's pretty easy. The best way to do this is to hit one of its webs. Once it starts chasing you, hit it, sprint away, hit it, sprint away, hit it, sprint away until you've killed it. Just keep in mind that spiders do 90 damage per hit, which means they can kill you with only 2 hits, and as you saw before, they can hit you twice within 1 second, so make sure you're keeping your distance. Closing doors can buy you some extra time. It'll take spiders 3 seconds to open a door. By far, the easiest way to kill a bunker spider is by luring them into this room, jumping on this beam, and they can't touch you while you're here, so it's pretty much a free kill. You can do this on both sides. You just need to be careful when you're doing it on the further side of the beam because you have to get really close to the edge. You can also go to a room with stairs and stand on top of this railing, bait the spider over to you, and get the kill. Just make sure you're keeping your distance because if you get too close, they will be able to hit you. There are quite a few safety spots. I'll show them up on screen right now. There's one in particular where you jump onto a pipe. This used to work. I put it to the test, and it looks like if you jump on the perfect spot without moving, spiders won't be able to touch you, but even if you move a tiny bit, they'll be able to kill you. So unless you're super desperate, I would not recommend using this. For the last tip, and probably the most useful, is if you bring a spider to this room, bring it over to the stairs, and jump onto this box, it will glitch the spider. From there, it cannot move, it will not chase you, you can kill it, just make sure you don't get too close because it can still kill you. Hoarding Bugs will be coming out this Sunday, so stay tuned.